Okay, g'day all. Welcome to the VATSIM radio tutorial. My name is Philip and I'm the head of pilot training here for QVirtual. With me on this flight today is my flight instructor Jordan.
Hello.
Today we'll be guiding you through the VATSIM radio tutorial found on the Academy and on Q community. This guide will run you through how to set up your flight with VATSIM and talk to the controllers while understanding that instead.
We will perform the calls exactly as they would be done on the network, and I'll break down each call to explain what those parts mean. For today's flight, I'll be acting as the VATSIM controllers, providing coverage as tower approach and center controller.
And I will be the pilot on his merry way to Sydney as Qantas 544.
Disclaimer, not all of these controllers will be on at this time, so contact your lowest controller's position first.
So first of all, we'll listen to the ATIS, which is the frequency that mentions the weather in relation to the airport.
Brisbane Terminal Information, India. Expect instrument approach runway 01 left and right for arrivals and departures. Dependent parallel approaches and independent parallel departures in progress. Winds 030 degrees or 10 knots. Visibility greater than 10 kilometres. Clouds few 3,500 feet. Temperature 30. QNH 1007. On first contact with Brisbane ground or approach, notify receipt of information, India.
Okay, so we'll be expecting a 01 right departure and we'll be notifying tower that we have a receipt of India, as the tower is also controlling ground today, as they generally should be. I've set up the flight with the route and the fuel, and all I need to do now is contact the tower for my clearance to Sydney. So let's contact them.
Brisbane Tower, Qantas 544 request clearance to Sydney as filed and receipt of India.
Qantas 544, you're cleared to Sydney via the Saneg flight plan route. Saneg 1 departure runway 01 right. Climb via the SID to 6000, squawk 4679. Departure frequency is 124.7.
Clear to Sydney via the Saneg flight plan route, Saneg 1 departure 01 right. Climb via the SID 6000, squawk 4679 and departures on 124.7 for Qantas 544.
Qantas 544.
So I'll get the departure sorted while Jordan takes you through the breakdown of the call.
Qantas 544. This is where the controller will try to acknowledge the pilot of flight 544 to inform him the call is for him. Brisbane Tower. This is informing the pilot who is calling him. Cleared to Sydney via the Saneg flight plan route is to inform the pilot that he or she is able to fly to Sydney but must fly through that waypoint. Saneg 1 departure is the SID or the standard instrument departure, which is what Phil is using today on his 737, which is the FMC, flight management computer. This will help him guide his plane out of Brisbane on a certain heading to avoid any collision with any arriving aircraft. 01 right is the runway Phil will be departing from today. Now, it is also important to note here that if you do not have this runway in your sim, but have other options, it is okay to inform the controller. They're there to help you. Climb via the SID to 6000. This is your temporary departure climb altitude. This is where it will change a few times before reaching your cruising altitude. Squawk 4679 is a 4-digit number that you'll have to put in before departing. This is so when you depart, the controller can identify you easily. Departure frequency 124.7 is the next frequency you'll be handed off once you have taken off from the departing runway to get more information. After you've read back the clearance, the controller will then say your call sign only to inform you that you have read that the readback is correct.
Well, there's going to be an extra step in here. So here's something that can actually be taught, which I'm really glad happened. If at any point you've been given your clearance and something doesn't seem right, don't be worried to ask the controller. For example,
Brisbane Tower, Qantas 544.
544, go ahead.
544, my squawk doesn't seem to be correct. I'm unable to input the 9 as the final number. Could I please receive a new squawk?
Qantas 544, certainly. Squawk 4670. That's 4670.
4670 for Qantas 544.
Okay, so I'll finalize all of this stuff. It seems like it's pretty much good to go. Cycle those. Okay, so now we're pretty much ready for pushback. So I'll request my pushback.
Qantas 544 requesting push bay 17.
Qantas 544, push approved.
Qantas 544.
It is important to mention your bay numbers so that the controllers know where you are in relation to the airport and can step in if any aircraft is pushing within your vicinity. It's also important to mention here as well, in front of you, you can see the squawk code 4670. You can also see on the right hand side there's a little dial that says test, with also to the left standby, ALT, RPTG off, respond like the TAR, A and TA only. With this, Phil needs to only put it on to TA only until he gets his clearance for takeoff to go airborne. That's when he'll switch it over to TARA.
Now that we've pushed back, we're going to call for a taxi clearance.
Qantas 544 request taxi runway 01 right.
Qantas 544, you can taxi to the Alpha 9 holding point, runway 01 right, via Charlie 1, Bravo, Bravo 9, Alpha 9.
Taxi to Alpha 9 via Charlie 1 Bravo, Bravo 9, Alpha 9. Qantas 544.
Okay, time to request takeoff.
Qantas 544, ready at 01 right.
Qantas 544, winds 030 degrees or 10 knots, runway 01 right, cleared for takeoff, contact departures airborne.
Cleared for takeoff 01 right and contact departures airborne, Qantas 544. Brisbane departures, g'day, Qantas 544 with you, 1,600 on climb 6,000.
Qantas 544, departures g'day, you're identified, climb via the SID to flight level 180.
Climb via the SID flight level 180, Qantas 544.
So we've been told we can continue our climb to flight level 180. The next time approach will call us or we'll be transferring to center, so we'll sit back and relax for the time being.
544, leaving my controlled area, contact Center 135.6.
Over to Center 135.6, Qantas 544. Center, g'day, Qantas 544 with you, flight level 180.
Qantas 544, Brisbane Center, g'day, climb to flight level 360.
Climb flight level 360, Qantas 544.
We can now head up to our cruise level of flight level 360 and we can relax for the rest of the cruise, so we'll see you when we're getting our star clearance.
Qantas 544, star clearance available.
Qantas 544, go ahead.
Qantas 544, you cleared the Borry 3 Alpha arrival, runway 16 right. When ready, descend via the star to 9000.
Clear to Borry 3, arrival 16 right, when ready, descend 9000, Qantas 544.
So we now have a star clearance, and I can get that set up as Jordan breaks down that call.
This star clearance is the exact same as the departure clearance, except it is for landing, with a lot less information. Don't worry, you'll still get a lot of information throughout your descent if the controllers run online. The Borry arrival is the star, which is your arrival waypoints, which your autopilot will help you navigate through and line you up for your arrival. Runway 16 right is the runway you'll be landing on, and when ready, descend to 90,000 is what it sounds like. So you can descend straight away if you're at your top of descent, and if you're not quite there yet and you have a little while to go, like Phil here, then you'll start your descent once you pass that point.
Qantas 544, contact approach 124.4, area QNH 1006.
Over to approach 124.4 for Qantas 544. See ya. Sydney approach, g'day, Qantas 544 with you, 1000 on descent 9er.
Qantas 544, Sydney approach, g'day, expect the ILS approach runway 16, continue descent to 9000.
Expect the ILS runway 16 right, continue descent 9000, Qantas 544.
So we can continue our descent to 90,000. We'll be receiving our arrival instructions soon, so it's about to become quite busy.
Qantas 544, descend via the star to 8000.
Descend via the star 8000, Qantas 544.
I will note at this time as well, ladies and gentlemen, that the controllers might only give you a step down from 1,000 feet, so like I just did there with Phil, from 9,000 to 8,000. The controllers have got set boundaries that they can only put you down to, just because if you go too low, you might collide with some terrain. There might be other aircraft within the vicinity as well, or there might be even an airport or even a danger spot as well that controllers have got to avoid on the network.
Qantas 544, descend via the star to 6500.
Down to 6500 for Qantas 544.
Qantas 544, turn right heading 160, track direct Burden. Descend via the star to 3000 to intercept the localizer runway 16 right. Contact me once established.
Descend 3000 right heading 160 and we'll contact you when established. Qantas 544. Qantas 544 established 16 right.
Qantas 544, contact tower 120.5, g'day.
Over to tower 120.5, Qantas 544. Sydney Tower, good day. Qantas 544 with you, establish 16 right.
It's 544, continue approach runway number 1.
Qantas 544, continuing approach.
Qantas 544, runway 16 right, cleared to land.
runway 16 right, Qantas 544.
So it's time for Phil to land in Sydney, and we hope that it all goes well.
Sydney ground, g'day. Qantas 544 vacated, Bravo 7 to domestic 1.
Qantas 544, Sydney ground, g'day. Hope you had a wonderful flight from Brisbane. Taxi via Bravo 7. Bravo. Cross runway 25, continue on Bravo. Charlie 1 to the bay of your discretion.
Taxi via Bravo 7, Bravo cross 25, Bravo Charlie 1 to the bay of discretion, Qantas 544, thanks.
Thank you all for watching. We hope this tutorial helped with the understanding how to fly on VATSIM. All calls will be different. There'll be different scenarios that you'll encounter during the flights. Please be patient with the controllers, as they are controlling quite a few aircraft. They will guide you through whatever you need to do. And if you're ever stuck, don't be afraid to ask the controllers. They're always here to help.
Alright, well, thank you once again from myself and John. If you ever need any more help with your flying or VATSIM or anything, find us on the Discord. We're pretty much living there at the moment. Or send an email to training@qvirtual.com.au and we'll happily reply to you and get you on your way. But thanks once again, and happy flying.